come from all faiths, all denominations, all walks of life. We come as brothers and sisters, demanding respect for black life and putting a plan into action of what we would do. At this time, I want to call upon, and we're going to have some statements of unity in just a few moments, but at this time, one of the baddest, I don't want to say blackest, or maybe baldest, the People's Liberation Attorney. A man who's never too tired nor too busy to help his brothers and sisters in need. A man who's never afraid to stand for justice. As a matter of fact, this brother takes it so serious that he was one of those, while nobody else went down to the trial, he thought it not robbery to take his family, put them in the car, drive down to monitor and try to get in the courtroom, but to make sure that his children had a chance to see it. So at this time, please welcome the People's Attorney, Brother Miley.
You know, every time we gather, I almost say the same thing. The power is not in the attorneys. Come on now. The power is not in the courtroom. The power is in the people. It's in us. And so I'm going to do something a little different. I know we came to get fired up, and I know we came to get some good instruction. I'm going to ask the brothers of Let Us Make Man if they could come to the front and we can begin to get contact information. Because if we don't organize behind this, then what will we organize around? What is there left for us to organize around? Let's make sure we get everybody's name and email. If they won't put their name and email, then they probably shouldn't be here. And I'm calling it like it is. Y'all hear me now? This is a place of truth. So we're going to move these pieces of paper around, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about the occasion. We got clipboards and we got pens, and we're going to get information. These are the brothers of Let Us Make Man. Can we give it up for these brothers who come every year and give up themselves so that we can raise up strong black men, uncompromising black men who love their community and love their families. That's what these brothers are about. That's what this is about. I just want to thank Reverend Timothy McDonald again, because you see, everybody will open up everybody will bring them in. Everybody will say, come to this place, this sacred place, raise up your voice for what you've been done down, for Reverend Timothy McDonald in this church. And open up for us. See, it's good to know and remember the role, the true role of a healthy black church. It's good to remember that we still have some healthy black churches. Everybody don't have to have an ATM out in front of their church. Some of them are making a deposit in you. They're not looking for you to just give, but they're trying to deposit some courage inside of you, so that you can get outside these four walls and go do some good work. So there are some people that I call, I know they're not that old, but I call them elders, that I think it's appropriate for us to recognize. See, because we're standing on shoulders right now. And sometimes, unfortunately, we're not standing. We're just on their shoulders. But we're not standing. So Reverend Dr. Gerald Durley, who was at Tennessee State with my father, a black family with a street nonviolent coordinator, brought his grandson with him. All right. We got the general. Stand up, general. Let's stand up, general. Make them pull out, general. Make every black. Make them pull out our hands. Out in the street, fighting. We have one of my godfather here who has taught me the importance of us building for ourselves a term. And we got to get this term. We said in Kiswahili, Kuji Chakalii. during Kwanzaa, self-determination. But my Baba, Akanyela Umoja, who has worked with the Malcolm X grassroots movement and has led us for self-determination over and over again. You gotta have that conversation, y'all. Because what this forces us to do is to reevaluate. We're invested in a system that's not invested in us. That's right. That's the reality. That's right. That's the reality. So we have to begin to seriously, as the Malcolm X grassroots movement has for many years, look at some alternatives of building for ourselves. And I know y'all got quiet when I said that, because I know we're programmed to think that our only way of survival is just by giving, and it's not to the upliftment and the building of our own community. We have to think differently. If there's anything that this is teaching us, is that we have to create some safe space. Build our own communities with our own businesses. I know y'all don't like what I'm saying, but that's all right. I'm going to say it anyway. We got to build for ourselves. We got to stop relying on somebody else's system to give us justice that is not meant to do. It's not meant to give you justice. It's meant to give you exactly what you give you. A headache is on it. That's what it's meant to do. So we came here to speak truth. We didn't come here to tell no lies. This is a house of truth. So I'm just thankful that we got Brother John Evans, who's been fighting on the battlefield in the damn county, on and on and on. And so all around Atlanta, all around this country, we are collectively holding our breath. We're wondering, what are they going to do? And then what are we going to do? And I'm asking that we would take this opportunity to better organize ourselves so that we don't find ourselves back here, not here to worship, but not here for an occasion such as this. And the only way we can assure that is by being better organized. Y'all understand what we did? And we were in the church. Back in March of 2012, early in the morning, how many of you all were here? Put your hand up. They got on the buses. 5:30 in the morning. Then we were driving, one of the buses broke down on the way back. And so that was my first time going to Sanford, Florida. But my spirit was not settled as we watched. And everybody's been watching online. We've been at the law firm just watching. We're sitting there watching TV trying to do work. So if some of y'all got cases with us, I'm sorry we're moving a little slow this week. Y'all understand? People call, I'm like, I got to call them back. We are focused on what's happening in Sanford. And as a firm, it was unsettling to see the way the case was being presented. The way Trayvon Martin's character was being attacked. And then this foolish, the foolish theory that this boy who had just turned 17 and is on the phone and has said some creepy something or another is following me. It's going all of a sudden now. See, this is when he defies all logic. He's going to turn and become the aggressor. He's going to go punch somebody. He's running for his life. Can you visualize? They talked about that in closing. Can you visualize this baby? One of our sons running for his life in the dark, and this fool stalking him with a gun, a wannabe cop. And he did what many cops have been doing. He shot, functioned, asked questions. So y'all better get to the occasion. The occasion is very simple. For all of you young people, let's all of our young people that are under 21 stand up, please. Let's see you all.
All right.
All right. Now we can do better than that. We can do better than that. We can let them know. All about this. This occasion is all hear on this occasion that we must value black life and that we must demand that black life is valued by being better organized. And so we went to Sanford on Tuesday. And I just want to give you a quick snapshot, and I'm going to sit down. But when we got to Sanford, we drove with my wife and my 2 sons. And when we got to Sanford, y'all, if you can picture a barricade, it's all barricaded up. This was supposed to be for the protesters, but there weren't any. We were missing. When we went up, when I snuck up, you know, because they only had 24 seats available to the public in the courtroom. 24 seats. How is that open to the public? They had all of this media coverage. Every reporter in the world is sitting in the courtroom, but you, us, only had 24 seats to even get up there. So as I snuck up to the 5th floor, because you know how we do, Brother Bowles, we're going to find a way. As I snuck up, I tried to show my Georgia credentials, and they were like, well, this is Florida. I said, that's all right. Still going up. And my people want to know what's going on here. The people of Atlanta and the cab, they want to know what's happening. So as I get up top, and I get to the 5th floor, there was nobody there. They just coming and going. It's like a picnic. Business as usual. Because our presence, y'all, creates pressure.
Amen.
Just being there. You ever had your mama just come up to the school?
Yes.
She didn't have to say nothing. She just at the school. No word needed to be spoken. So I'm not going to accept the idea that the family said no protest and that meant no presence. I'm not accepting that. Because our presence alone would have created pressure. Can you imagine every single day if we had some folks from New York come on Monday and Tuesday, and Atlanta come on Wednesday and Thursday, and then some folks from Orlando just come right up the road, and we're standing there 5,000 to 10,000 deep, not saying a word. They're scared of us when we talk because they know what we're thinking. But just try that one time. So we've got to reevaluate our organizational effort and our willingness to come together across all of these different political lines. And I'm so excited to see 2 of my sisters up here that I've worked with and organized with. And they're going to, because you got to hear the sisters' voice. These are mothers. Tashia Umoja, who is a co-director of Quilombo Pan-African Institute, because we got to produce some different models. So the sisters here give us another model. So we don't have to just continue to rely on other folk to educate our children and think. And when we see them and don't recognize them, we wonder why. And we have Sister Kanoni Anike, who has been working. I've worked with this young sister since she was at Georgia State. And so I'm thankful that you all are here because it gives us hope. All of the different situations that we found ourselves in on the steps of City Hall in Union City after they murdered Ariston Waiters. On the steps of the Fulton County Courthouse when the grand jury came back with a no indictment for Luther Lewis in the Ariston Waiters. In the courtroom after Tremaine Miller was shot in the face by a police officer, he was unarmed and they acquitted that officer. Don't forget your history. And what I've asked us to do is to be present. Y'all, we got a strong firm and there's some strong attorneys, but without your presence, without you packing courtrooms, without you standing out in the hot sun in Sanford, we're leaving ourselves susceptible to whatever their pleasure is. And we've seen what that amounts to. So I'll just ask that you not leave this place without writing your name and information on some sheet of paper. That Sister Anana, she's our Director of Operations, holding the baby. Right there, that's not her baby. She is the mother. But we're going to, as a firm, and I know what's a law firm doing? I don't care nothing about whether we're a law firm or human rights or black nationalist organizations. We just have to organize. So we're going to organize. Right. So you're going to get some communication from us. This is not going to be the last time we gather. And we're going to get more strategic in how we deal with these situations. And I'll leave you as I started and as I will always come to you on behalf of my law partner, Robert Bozeman, and the 8 attorneys that work in the 5th largest black law firm in Georgia. The power is not with us, it's with the people. Power to the people!